Hey all my creative friends, I hope everybody's doing well out there. Thank you for coming back to my channel. We are going to get this display box fixed up today and put in all of our miniatures and all of that good stuff. So we need to get going like right now. First and foremost, I'm going to tell you that I have decided I'm not doing the lights. I cannot find the ones that I bought with the little strings and the lights. And we went out yesterday and I went to Dollar Tree. I went to, what's around me, and nobody had the little lights. So it's just too early and I got to get this done. However, I will show you the part of the build where I was going to go ahead and do the lighting and all of that kind of stuff. Okay. And basically you could start it right now. You could put the box into the drawer and then just start up the sides, along the top, along the front, this side and back down. And then I was pretty sure I was going to have enough to actually put lights wound lights around the tree. And but the lights that I have those little plastic things on them, and they're about the size of a nickel. They're just way too big. Maybe more like a dime, kind of a thick like a nickel, but and I'm just not going to do that because that's just going to look weird. So at this point you could go ahead and get your lights in, and I was going to Fabri-Tac them on. So that if they ever got burnt out and you wanted to replace them, you would be able to do it. Okay. I have one more piece that I've added because I wanted to have some support on the back end for the platform that the miniatures are going to go on. Now, none of it's heavy, but why not just give it that last little section of support there? So this piece is the display platform back. It's 4 5/8 across and 1 1/8. Now again, the emery board, file, whatever you have, sanding block, because we're not perfect, things don't get cut just right. If you've got a little bit to get off, just sand it down on whatever side you need to sand it down on. And, make it fit. So I did have to sand down one side just a little bit more than the other. Now, I'm going to go ahead, and unfortunately it is so hard to maneuver this where you can see what I'm doing. I am going to take my drawer out, and I am going to lay this on the bottom of the drawer ledge here. And of course I've already covered it in the paper. And it's just going to lay against the two side pieces. And it's against each wall. And then it's against the bottom. So I am going to put glue. And yeah, I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac. I'm going to put glue, come on, down each side, the short sides, and on the bottom. Okay, so we're going to get this in here. Try not to touch it to anything else. Okay, now I'm just going to kind of hold that there for a moment. So I hope that doesn't disappoint anybody. But again, this is the point where I would put the, just tack them on, and you would just have to do it little by little and let the glue dry. So it would be, it is a tedious process, but I'm sure that it will be fantastic if you do that. Yeah, so we'll see. It's getting there. Da 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 da. Let me entertain you. Okay, so then on the back piece that makes the back of our display, we're going to put that in before we put the bottom of the display, the floor of the display on. Reason being is because this is going to fit up against the piece we just put down, as well as the edge of the display walls. And then I'm going to attach structure strips to the inside, not the inside of the display, but to the inside of the book area. And then we will cover the book area. Okay, that feels pretty good. Now I'm going to add glue to all of the sides and to this that we just put down. I'm trying very hard not to push on it. Oops, don't go there. And all the way up. All the way up on both of the walls. And make sure you're getting your correct side. Getting it down there. And pushing it into place. Now this should be flush with the walls, the side walls. This should be flush with that, because your top is going to take up this little ledge of room. So I'm just wanting to make sure that I've got it pushed in. Just stay focused on it for a little while, because it's got a lot of pieces and parts to make sure that it's adhering to. Okay, so I had some structure strips around here somewhere. Ha 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 ha. What did I do with them? Okay, here is a couple, right? There's one. That's too short. Okay, there's a couple right there. So I think I can let go of that for a moment. I'm going to go ahead and fold these. Let's get this even. And we're going to put, as I've got the Fabri-Tac, we're going to use the Fabri-Tac. Oh, I forgot I didn't have them at the right length. Okay. Now we're going to slide that into the corner. I'm going to get my, there we go. I'm still not pushing hard on it. But I do like making sure I have it in the corner using my, all I can think of is stiletto. Stiletto heels, but that's not it. Yep, this thing. All right, I know you all are laughing at me. It's okay. You're laughing with me. I'm laughing at myself. I'm sorry, I don't even have all my lights on. Wow. I was in such a hurry to get started on this. Very excited to get it done. Okay, let's first cut this where we need it cut. Throw that little piece away. We're going to put it down the other side. Then I'll look at those shorter ones. Okay. I almost thought of the name of it. Almost. Oh my gosh. I will pop up with it at some point in this video. Yes, I will. All right, so there's that. And I do, let's see, I had a couple short ones. Might as well try to use that up. Oh, that's going to be almost perfect. So I'm going to put this little piece along the bottom. Okay. I know this will make the inside you know, kind of messed up, but I will take some strips of this paper. I think I have to print some more out of this paper. I will take some strips and make sure that I cover this up so it'll blend in a little bit better. All right. Okay, so now we are ready to slide in. Yeah, perfect. It's snug as a bug in a rug, man. So I'm thinking I don't want to scrape glue down my sides, so I'm thinking I'm going to try and put glue along these edges. And remember, I also have the little black piece of chipboard in the front, so that I have, you know, yet another, all four sides are going to be supported. So I'm going to do the best. Maybe I will use my finer tip for this. I think that'll be a much better choice. Much better choice, Lisa. Okay. So just kind of need a steady hand. Which apparently today I don't have. Oh, good Lord. That's better. That's better. Okay. Now, I'm going to just slide this down right onto those pieces. Don't push hard. All right, it is laying down against all four, so we'll take a second and let that dry while I bring over, oh, I did not plug in my glue gun. I'm not sure if I'm going to need it, but better to have it than not. Okay. So, I don't know why I have that there. Let me move my lid so I don't get that damaged. Clean up on aisle 5, good Lord. Okay. Alrighty. So the first thing is laying my carpet down. And I am bringing it towards the front, but you can do it any way you want. I wish I could get my light over a little bit more. Maybe if I flip it this way. Okay. The opening towards the light works. Wow. Imagine that. Okay, I am going to use my Fabri-Tac for this. First, I'm going to take my tree with my presents. And yeah, it's all glued and everything, so it has a wood base, so the Fabri-Tac adheres to that as well. And I'm going to put a little bit, well, you know what, first, let's tack this down. There we go. So whatever you choose to use, if you have a doily, you know, a very small doily, piece of lace, just like that's all this is just a piece of lace. I didn't have much of it, and I go, well, you know, I think it's beautiful, but I didn't have much of it. So this is perfect because I have about a piece that length. That's it. You know, you can just pick it up here or there, whatever. All right, now I'm going to put the tree down. I'll put some glue, good bit of glue on the bottom, and then just where I think my tree skirt is going to touch ground. And I want to put it as far into the corner as I can. And I'm going to push down on it lightly. I don't want, you know, to push my, I don't want to push my platform off. And then just touch the, there we go. And that tree is just the right height. Okay, so I did not do anything else with my books, but I did remember to bring my ink. And this still needs a little bit of cleanup here. Okay, there's that one. Just kind of cutting that white off of the sides. If you want to ink the book and give it a little bit of darker bits here and there, by all means do that. I only made 3 books. You can do what you want. I did put some little bit of, this is just kind of a trim. It's like a seed bead trim, but it's very, 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 very tiny. So I put that there. Now I have, this is a large bead cup. And I put a bottom on it with some chipboard. And then I took some beads, some gold beads, filigree beads that I had. They're kind of goldy, coppery looking, I don't know. And I'm going to glue this down onto my second shelf there. Okay. Make sure it's nice and even. And I don't want all that glue popping out. There we go. Oops. This is from, see, did I? Yeah. One of these. It's the center. And I just cut the center out. So look at your doilies and see which pieces and parts you could use for this kind of thing. And I'm going to put this right on my table, on, you know, and so I took a square bead with little rhinestones in them, a bead with flowers on it. Then I took one flower and I took some seed beads on some wire, and I had the green leaves. You guys saw that. So that's ready to go. I made a little book with a couple pages in it, and really tiny with a very fine tip pencil. I put naughty on one side and nice on the other. And I made a little pencil just out a teeny bit of chipboard and then some markers. So I have an eraser on one side and a tip with a cut part of it on the other, and it's a yellow number 2 pencil. So we're going to try and fit that on there. I have my 2 little cups. I have my stool, and I put the little red stuff around there. I've got my kitty cats. I got a lot going on here. Now, I want to see for size. I put this in here. Let me turn this so you can see what I'm doing. So I put this in here for size. I'm doing fine. And then I'll have my little stool up front here. I have my little kitty cat for underneath. And then I took my watch and I put the greenery with the hot glue gun. And then I put 3 little sparklies and a teeny bow with that 1/16 of an inch ribbon that I have. It's an embroidery ribbon if you want to look for it. And I think I picked it up. It was either Michael's or Joann's. So this is the next thing that I really want to kind of figure out work, because I want it on the back wall. And do I have a hot glue gun yet? No, not yet. This I think I'm going to use the hot glue gun on. So let's just get this back out and keep fixing it up. Okay, so I'm going to lay my doily down. Just a little bit of glue. Little bit of glue. What was that? I don't know. Alright. All it wants to do is stick to my finger. This is where tweezers come in handy. Okay, I'm going to slide that back just a little bit. Oop, I'm starting to get the tape, the paint off with the Fabri-Tac, so be very careful about that. I don't want to mess that up any more than I just did. Okay, so I have my Naughty and Nice book and my pencil, and I think I want to lay the pencil across the book so it'll kind of hold the pages together. I mean, not together, but open. And this is just a piece of the cardstock, 65 pound, and then a couple pieces of paper, and I stapled it with Tim Holtz. And I put the back of the staple on the outside because nobody's going to see it. And I flipped the page over so you can't see the staple on the inside. Okay, what you think? Isn't it cute? I love it. I love it. Okay. It really bugs me that I got that. Is that going to just roll off of there? Maybe it is. Okay. Maybe it's not taking the paint off. Maybe it's just, you know how it gets where it starts rolling into a ball. Okay. So, I want to stick Do a flower arrangement on the top. I don't know. Oh, I thought I had that glued in there a little bit better. Let's push that down in there. There we go. All right. So, if I put this on the top, I won't have the snow thing, and I think that's fine. And then these two items, they will stand up. They're the two little cups. And I don't know, definitely going to have the tweezers for this. Don't know if I want to put them here or up here. See, I can put this book here. And then I think I'll put the two cups next to the book. And then these two books will go up here. I think I'll put the red one on the bottom. There we go. I could even put the flower arrangement up on the books. No, we'll just put that right here. So that's super cute. Okay, as soon as I get everything glued down, guys, I will show you what it looks like. But until then, all right, let's put a smidge of Fabri-Tac right there. And a smidge right here. Put this one on this one. And put this one down on that. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to put going to put just a smidge of Fabri-Tac on the bottom of this. Let me get my okay. I'm going to squeeze some Fabri-Tac out on this box and see if I can get a little more control over how much is going to go on these. Come here. Whoops. Hey. Let me get this off so they're not sticking to me. The first one fell and is now stuck to the second one. Okay, now I have officially made a mess. Hold the one down. Get a hold of this other one. Ow. That hurt. I guess I should hold this first one down and get it done first. How about that? Okay, I think that's good. Don't want that much. It'll be so messy around the bottom. Okay, so cute. Let's get the book. No, we'll just do fresh. Doesn't take long for it to dry once you squeeze it out of this bottle. And that was too much. Okay. Like you just left your note to go and take care of something in the other room. I love it. Okay, and then my flower arrangement. I want to fill up that bead space. Put this towards the back. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to let that dry for a second. And I think, well, it's not quite ready yet. Okay. This little jobby is going to go over here like it's a mirror. So I'm putting it against this wall here. Excuse me. Or do I like it against this wall over here better? I don't know. There's so much to look at on this side. And then you have the tree. So I think I'm going to put it over here. And this is very lightweight. So I think the Fabri-Tac will be just fine. The watch has got a little bit of weight to it. So that's the only thing that reason why I was thinking I would do. Okay, now I am going to have to turn this around so I can see it. So it is going to be opposite of the light. Just give it a nice hold for a sec. Still wanting to move, and it will slowly slide down if you let go of it too soon. Just, ooh. You have to get shorter and shorter to look into it. All right. While I'm waiting on the hot glue gun, because I have 3 pieces left, I want to go over the plexiglass front. Okay, plexiglass. It's a pretty heavy. I can't remember what millimeter this was, but I had purchased it thinking I was going to put it in the Etsy shop. But it's pretty thick, and it ended up being a bit pricey per page. So I just thought, well, I'll just save it and use it for myself. So, I am going to cut it with the same cutter that I cut my chipboard with. Hopefully that will work. Getting my ruler out. So, it is going to fit in between the 2 walls. So, 4.5, I'm going to take it a little less than 4.5. And then from here to here is 6, so I'm going to take it a little less than 6. Actually, a little less than 5 7/8. Okay, so that was 4.5. I'm going to write that down on my, here it is. Okay, so the front, you need 1 piece, and that was 4.5 by 5 7/8. I'm going to double check that because it sounds like I've missed something. Yeah, a little less than each one of those. you know, like a 1/16 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, somewhere in that, you'll be doing fine. Okay, so let's get this out. Move. I gotta move everything. Whoopsie. Okay, here's 4 1/4, so I'm gonna go 4 3/8. Can always cut it down more. Okay, there's that. Looks like it cut it very nicely. And now 5 7/8. Let's check for size. Yes, very nice. Okay, so far so good. 5 7/8. So I'm actually gonna, and it's blue because it's got a coating on both sides so it doesn't get scratched. So yeah. So I'm going to go like one more line back behind 5 7/8. Okay, let's see. And that looks like it's going to fit perfectly. So now we can save all that for another day. Okay, so I can see in here that I'm going to want 3 strips of paper, at least. Yeah, 3 strips of paper just around the edges and just about 1/4 of an inch. So where is that piece I just had? Right here. I'm just going to cut some 1/4 inch strips off of this. Get rid of this white first. Okay. All right. So I'm going to peel off one side. There we go. And I'm going to use this as the inside, and I'm going to go ahead and just glue these, and I think I will go ahead with, where's my 1/4 inch? Oh, right here. Yeah, I already had it pulled out. Where are you? Okay, so I'm going to do a 1/4 inch on these 3 sides, and then I will double check that it will be hidden. Okay, so there's that. Let's lay this back in here, and yes, as long as I stay to this 1/4 inch, you won't be able to see it from the outside, but it will have the inside a little more, you know, finished. You won't just be able to look in there and see the plastic standing there. Okay, there's 1, 2, and 3. So all I'm going to do is lay it right down on that 1/4 of an inch. I'm not going to go any further than the 1/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to cut off what I didn't need. Okay. Scissors. Scissors. Ah, right here. Okay, so let's just I am trying to watch getting my fingers all over it because it is a pristine, clean. Once I took that blue off of there, you know, fingerprint start and everything else. Okay. So there we go. Now, let's take the cover off of this side. And I'm going to try and only touch that 1/4 of an inch edge so that it stays nice and pretty. And I'm going to put the 1/4 of an inch all the way around, right on top of the existing, but yet on the other side, you know, 1/4 of an inch. Because we already know that this doesn't show. My fingers are so full of glue at this point. I should have gone and washed them. Okay. And then we're going to also put it along the bottom, because this is the outside piece. There we go. A little burnishing. Alrighty. One. And actually, no. Let me wait until I finish with the inside. But that's ready to go. Okay, so now I'm going to take the hot glue and stick it on the back of my watch. And stick it on the wall. I want to make sure I get it straight. Trying to bend that tree back just a little bit. There we go. And of course, I got a little crooked. Daggum. Okay, I'm going to try that again. See if I can get this off of here so I don't have layer upon layer. Yeah, pay attention to your stuff. Do one thing at a time. Oh, gosh. Okay, just trying to get that. But it'll definitely hold it on there, that's for darn sure. Oh, come on. Break the glass. If it wasn't so thick, because it wasn't, I would just put more glue on it, but it got pretty thick. And I'm screwing up all my greenery around there and everything. Okay, I think and I know I'm going to poke myself in the thumb with this pointy, pokey doodad. So I'm trying very hard not to do that as well. but we're getting it. There. Voila! Let me fluff back up. I didn't lose any of my little gems or anything. And we're going to try this again, and this time we're going to get it straight. Ha ha! Me and straight. All right. So pretty. Let me take this out. Trying to get with the lights in there so you can see. I don't know. I will take some pictures of this where I have a light shining into it so you'll be able to see all the little things. Okay, so here everything has dried. And I've got my little cups and books and flower arrangement, little pretty thing, and then my book and my pencil and my doily. Love it. Just love it. Okay, I also was thinking about taking just a teeny bit of lace, just, you know, trimming the edge of it off and laying it across one of the shelves or something like that, or even across here. But I went with the doily instead. There. You lost me for a second and I'm back now. Let's see, we're at 47. So let's go ahead and put this little fella in, and I do want to try and hot glue the edges down. There we go. I just love it. Okay, and then we have our little stool and my little cat. And I think I will use my tweezers, a little hot glue, and let's lay this cat in on the carpet. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I will take some pictures of this, guys. Okay, and then the last thing is my stool. And I'm just going to kind of put it halfway between the table and the front. And I don't want the back to be showing. Oh, I am so pleased with this. I will be kind of sad that I don't have it lighted. But, you know, you can get one of those little lights that you can put into, you know, and maybe drop it down behind the tree or something. I don't know. I don't know. Now, let's get our front here. Let's take these off. Come on. Maybe that little pokey tool is needed. One. Get the glue off of it. 2. And 3. And then we're going to slide this right down in the front and seal it. trying very hard not to get my fingers all over it. And then, last but not least, we're going to put our lid on. And guess what? The tree is just over the top a little tiny, teeny smidge. So, maybe that will work. There we go. Okay. Yeah. That will get it. There we go. You want to make sure you get this piece down, and then we're going to use our structure strips again, and we're going to attach these. So I do want to put glue along the side, but I want to get the structure strips on first. So let's get this folded the length that I want them is the full piece of the back. So I'm going to get another one here. Lift this up. Full piece of the back. Whoopsie. Make sure you got that laying down in there. There we go. This is where all the measuring finally comes to. Oh my gosh, how wonderful. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the top on first. Just onto this piece. Get it right to the edge. There we go. Now let's glue the other one on. Stylist. Get your stylist out because you're going to need it. I knew I'd come up with that. Okay, get back in there. Okay. So the edges of this top are going to be glued down to the inside of this part of the box. It's not laying on top of it. It is glued down to the inside. So I do want to put glue along these edges as well as along the structure strip. So I think I'll use my Fabri-Tac because we are going against, and I'm just going to get glue, and I have been having to pull the box in just a little bit. I'm going to lay this down and kind of push. And I'm, oops. Really? There we go. I want to make sure this is inside. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. Just want to give that some time to really catch hold. Woo, doggy. And I will not have my books done. I will not have my books done. But that will just be a surprise for whomever purchases it. Because I will show you what I have done, which I have done quite a bit. But yeah, they're not going to be completely done. Okay, so I have this fitting in, and that's there. Now the secret is getting the glue on this side. So I am going to kind of flare this out as much as I can. Let's see. And try and get some glue in between there. And what comes up on the top, we're just going to wipe off. Or you can do that. I forgot that it can come out. Okay, so it's along the top edge. I don't want any glue on that. And you're going to watch this go where you have this piece that is laid down onto the inside of the top. You want that to lay inside the display area and the rest of it to be on the other side of the back wall of the display area. I hope that makes sense to you. And I have got glue everywhere. I need to make sure I don't have it over here so that I really close up my lid opening to get into the display area. Okay, there we go for that. And then make sure I have this to the edge. And don't let the bottom push out on the back side either. It's a little fiddly to keep up with all of it. I'd say let the one side completely dry before you do the other. Because they both are wanting to scoot around on me right now. And of course I have a lot of glue, which makes it even worse. Feels like the bottom is really nicely dry now. I'm going to flip this over so that I can get a little better push on this side and get that glue that squished out. Now I'm not going to cover the inside walls just yet because I want to figure out, so I will do that once I put the books in. Oh, I am just absolutely in love with this. Can you see that in there? Ah, I just love it. It's so adorable. I'm sorry for the glare and all. I'm trying to get it where you can not have anything glaring on it. Oh, it's just adorable. Okay, so I see I'm still not dry. And you can get into the display area. I do need to wipe a little bit of glue off right there. You can get into the display area and keep it sealed. It kind of seals itself. Once you push it down in there, it seals itself. So I think that's going to work just fine. And you got a nice drawer here, so you can hide little treasures. But again, if you're going to do the lighting, I think it would be wonderful to do the lighting. And just do it before you've got everything else in it. Yeah. So, there we go. Now, next time I will show you what I've done with the books. I will have them ready to slide in here, and we'll work on the closure. And then we'll be done, guys. Yeah. I'm super, super, super psyched that this is finally done. Just gotta get it dry. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And until next time, I hope that you take care of each other, be kind to each other, and create something you love, like this.